Are you ready to fire up your grill and appetite? Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a righteous road trip across this great nation to uncover the most bodacious BBQ joints in America. From slow-smoked meats that'll make you want to slap your mama, in a good way of course, to sides that'll have you loosening your belt buckle. We're diving headfirst into the smoky, saucy, and downright delicious world of BBQ. Get ready for some mouth-watering moments, larger-than-life characters, and maybe even a few dad jokes along the way. Hey, I had to sneak them in there. We're talking about the top 5 BBQ restaurants in America, the ones that'll make you want to close your eyes, take a bite, and say, "Holy smokes, that's good." We're talking finger-licking, lip-smacking, plate-scraping goodness. So, grab your stretchy pants, fire up your appetite, and get ready to dive into a world of BBQ bliss. We're about to hit the road and explore the smokehouses, shacks, and restaurants where BBQ dreams come true. You don't want to miss this. All right, BBQ aficionados, our first stop takes us to the heart of Texas, Austin, to be exact, where we're about to meet a legend, Franklin Barbecue. Now, let me tell you, folks line up for hours to get a taste of this BBQ nirvana, and let me tell you, it's worth every single minute. I'm talking lines that snake around the block like a pack of hungry pythons at a sausage factory. But hey, good things come to those who wait, right? And believe me, the wait at Franklin Barbecue is more than just good. It's a rite of passage, a spiritual journey, a test of your dedication to the art of smoked meats. But hold on to your hats, folks, because once you make it through those doors, you're in for a treat that'll make you want to slap your mama. But please don't actually slap your mama. Show her some love and bring her some of this BBQ instead. First up, we got to talk about their brisket. Oh man, the brisket. It's like they took a slab of beef and slow smoked it for a week, massaging it with love and spices every hour on the hour. It's so tender, it practically melts in your mouth. And the ribs? Don't even get me started on the ribs. They're fall off the bone tender with a crust so flavorful it could make a grown man cry. I'm not saying these ribs will make you cry, but I'm not saying they won't either. They're that good. Seriously, these ribs are so good, they might just file your tax return for you. Okay, maybe not, but they're definitely worth standing in line for. The folks at Franklin Barbecue, they're masters of their craft. They're artists of the smoker. Well, you get the idea. They're passionate about BBQ, and it shows in every single bite. So if you ever find yourself in Austin, Texas with a hankering for some of the best BBQ on this planet, do yourself a favor and head on down to Franklin Barbecue. Just be prepared to wait, and maybe bring a folding chair and a good book. Trust me, it's an experience you won't soon forget. All right, BBQ enthusiasts, our next stop takes us to the gateway to the West, the home of the blues, the one and only St. Louis, Missouri. And let me tell you, this town knows a thing or two about good BBQ. We're on a mission to find Pappy's Smokehouse, a legendary joint that's been smoking up the competition since 2008. And let me tell you folks, this ain't your mama's BBQ. Well, actually, it might be even better than your mama's BBQ, and that's saying something. Now, at Pappy's, they take their BBQ seriously. They're using hickory wood to smoke their meats low and slow, giving it that signature smoky flavor that'll make you want to slap your mama. Again, please don't slap your mama. Just tell her you love her and bring her some of this amazing BBQ. But the real star of the show here is their ribs. Oh man, the ribs. They're meaty, they're smoky, they're tender, they're everything you ever wanted in a rib and more. And don't even get me started on their Big Ben feast. This thing's a monster. It's a mountain of meat, piled high with ribs, pulled pork, beef brisket, and sausage, all slathered in Pappy's signature BBQ sauce. It's enough to feed a family of 4 or one very hungry BBQ enthusiast. Listen, I'm not saying you need to skip your next diet cheat day, but if you did and you found yourself at Pappy's Smokehouse with a hankering for some Big Ben, I wouldn't judge you. In fact, I'd probably join you. This ain't just a meal, it's an experience. It's a celebration of all things BBQ, and it's one you don't want to miss. So if you ever find yourself in St. Louis, do yourself a favor and head on down to Pappy's Smokehouse. Just be sure to bring your appetite and maybe an extra pair of pants, just in case. All right, BBQ lovers, our next stop takes us down south to the land of peaches, peanuts, and some of the most finger-licking good BBQ you'll ever sink your teeth into. That's right, we're headed to Atlanta, Georgia, home of Fox Brothers BBQ. Now this place is the real deal, folks. It all started with 2 brothers, Justin and Jonathan Fox, who just happened to have a passion for BBQ that burned hotter than a Georgia summer. They started out smoking meats in their backyard. And let me tell you, those must have been some epic backyard barbecues. Word got around about their BBQ prowess, and pretty soon they opened up their own joint. And the rest, as they say, is history. But this ain't your average backyard BBQ, folks. This is next level stuff. We're talking about melt-in-your-mouth brisket, ribs that'll have you licking your fingers clean, and pulled pork that's so good, it'll make you want to slap your mama. Okay, I'll stop with the mama jokes, but seriously, this BBQ is out of this world. But what really sets Fox Brothers apart from the pack is their commitment to tradition. They're using old-school techniques, slow smoking their meats for hours over hickory wood, and using only the finest ingredients. And you can taste that dedication to quality in every single bite. They've even got these amazing smoked wings with a dry rub that's so flavorful, you won't even need any sauce. It's the kind of BBQ that'll transport you back to your childhood, to those lazy summer days spent at backyard barbecues with family and friends. It's comfort food at its finest, and it's the kind of food that makes you feel good all over. So, if you ever find yourself in Atlanta, Georgia, with a hankering for some down-home, stick-to-your-ribs BBQ, do yourself a favor and head on down to Fox Brothers BBQ. Hold on to your hats, BBQ fanatics, because we're about to embark on a pilgrimage to the holy grail of whole hog BBQ. That's right, we're headed down south to Charleston, South Carolina to visit the one and only Rodney Scott's BBQ. Now, Rodney Scott, he's a legend in the BBQ world. He's been smoking whole hogs since he was a kid, and let me tell you, the man knows his way around a smoker. He's a true pit master, and his BBQ is the stuff of legends. At Rodney Scott's BBQ, they're doing things the old-fashioned way, slow cooking whole hogs over wood coals for hours upon hours, until the meat is so tender it practically falls off the bone. And the flavor, oh man, the flavor, it's smoky, it's savory, it's got that perfect balance of sweet and spicy that'll have you licking your fingers clean. And don't even get me started on their sauce. It's tangy, it's spicy, it's the perfect complement to their succulent pork. But the real star of the show here is the whole hog BBQ. They carefully cook the entire hog low and slow, ensuring every bit of meat, from the tenderloin to the ribs, is infused with that irresistible smoky flavor. It's a sight to behold. A whole hog splayed out on the butcher block, its skin glistening with smoky goodness. And the smell? It's enough to make you want to slap your mama. Okay, I'll stop with the mama jokes, I promise. But seriously, this BBQ is out of this world. And when they say whole hog, they mean it. They use every part of the animal, from the snout to the tail. And let me tell you, nothing goes to waste. They even got this amazing sauce made with the hog's liver, and it's surprisingly delicious. So, if you're a true BBQ aficionado, you owe it to yourself to make the pilgrimage to Rodney Scott's BBQ in Charleston. It's an experience you won't soon forget. All right, BBQ lovers, our final stop takes us to the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, a city known for its pizza, its hot dogs, and you guessed it, its BBQ. And let me tell you, Chicago's BBQ scene is smoking hot. We're on a mission to find Smoke A BBQ, a joint that's been consistently ranked as one of the best BBQ spots in the city, and for good reason. These folks are serious about their BBQ, and they're not afraid to push the boundaries of what BBQ can be. At Smoke A BBQ, they're using a unique blend of woods to smoke their meats, giving it a flavor that's both familiar and completely unique. They're also not afraid to experiment with different flavor profiles, offering a range of sauces from sweet and tangy to spicy and smoky. But what really sets Smoke A apart is their commitment to quality. They're using only the finest meats, sourced from sustainable farms, and they're taking their time to smoke it low and slow, ensuring every bite is packed with flavor. And the result? Well, it's BBQ Nirvana. Their brisket is tender, juicy, and bursting with flavor. Their ribs are fall-off-the-bone good, with a smoky crust that'll have you licking your fingers clean. And their pulled pork? Oh man, their pulled pork is something special. It's cooked low and slow for hours, until it's practically melting in your mouth. They even have these amazing smoked chicken wings that are out of this world. So, if you find yourself in Chicago with a hankering for some seriously good BBQ, do yourself a favor and head on down to Smoke A BBQ. Just be sure to bring your appetite and maybe an extra pair of pants, just in case. Well, there you have it, folks, our whirlwind tour of America's top 5 BBQ joints. We've traveled from coast to coast, sampled some of the most mouth-watering BBQ this great nation has to offer, and lived to tell the tale. We've laughed, we've cried, tears of joy, of course. We've loosened our belts a notch or two, and we've made some unforgettable memories along the way. But the journey's not over yet. Now it's your turn to grab your forks and napkins and hit the road to experience these BBQ havens for yourselves. Remember, life's too short for bland food, so go out there and treat your taste buds to some smoking good BBQ. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you enjoyed the ride, drop a comment below telling us about your favorite BBQ experience and subscribe for more delicious adventures. Keep your napkins handy and your belts loose.